Coming up on AbiliTV, surfer, sightseer, and social star James Chappo Chapman can do it all.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Chappo. I hope you can check out my story on AbiliTV.
A dance theatre company that will leave you restless to see more.
And a passionate performance by punk rock artist Heidi Everett.
Welcome to AbiliTV.
Welcome to episode 3 of AbiliTV, and we have quite the national show for you this week.
From a notable Newcastle surfer and influencer to a group of Adelaide artists and a Melbourne musician, we have some cracking stories in store.
So make sure you are following our weekly episodes, which are premiering every Monday night, so you're not going to miss a thing.
And the star of our first story has quite the following, over 200,000 followers on TikTok alone.
James Chappo Chapman. He's a man who is not afraid to try new things and put the smile on every person's faces he ever meets. Whether it's out on the waves, on your feet, or even his local church group. Chappo preaches positivity wherever he goes.
Let's dive into his story.
My name is James Taylor Chapman. Most people know me as Chappo, and I was born with a condition called pseudo-achondroplasia, which is a rare form of dwarfism. I'm 20 years old. I turned 21 in September. I was born in Newcastle at the John. I've lived in the same house my whole life with my mum and my dad. Newcastle's always been home. Very blessed to call it home. The best city on earth, I believe. I've done a bit of travelling and haven't found anywhere better yet. Dwarfism as a whole is a genetic mutation, and there are over 500 different types of dwarfism. I've got pseudo-achondroplasia, which is like where my face and my head structure is that of an average height person, but my limbs are generally a little bit shorter and a little bit more proportionate as well. Because my dad is also short-statured, I was kind of just normal. I was just James, and there's nothing that I can't do because of my dwarfism. It just means I do it in a different way. It's hard for me to carry a surfboard down to the beach, but I've got a mate who can help carry a surfboard down. And people are always asking like how I drive and do daily life things, and I've just got extension pedals on. They clip onto the brake and the accelerator and a pillow behind my back, and besides that, it's pretty much the same as anyone driving a car. It's not a disability, it's the ability to be different, and difference is dope. That's like my tagline, is that difference is dope and that we should embrace it. You really have no idea about how amazing it can be to be short-statured. I've had the opportunity to go play soccer over in Germany in the World Dwarf Games, and that was epic. We made the quarterfinals. We lost in penalty shootout, sadly, but so awesome representing your country and being surrounded by so many other short-statured people. And then along with that, I backpacked Europe for 3 months with some mates, and that was a challenge. That's something that a lot of people would say would be super difficult as a short-statured person or with a disability, and it was tricky, but man, I'm so glad I achieved that. I've been surfing now for like 6 years maybe. I think it was just who I was around. I was around mates that surfed a lot, around some guys that skated and rode scooters, and just got me really into it. I think the ocean is like so freeing, and surfing is just, it's so good for you, but it's so much fun. I suppose some people would say I'm a social media influencer or a creator.
You got to be 130 to dive. Sorry, mate, not today. Shh.
We had a bet, and it was who could get to 10,000 followers fastest, and I think it took me like 4 days. I'm a good copier. That's a part of it. You see something that's working and you jump on and you see how can I improve on it, and then you go and do it. I think I'm also blessed to be different, and people like different.
Perfect.
I had the opportunity to be nominated for the TikTok for Good Awards. I was so encouraged to be nominated for that, to show that, all right, my platform is doing something out there. My biggest thing is I never want to be known as James Chapman the dwarf. I want to be known as Chappo the surfer, or the social media dude, or the youth pastor, or the influencer. You know, like, we're not defined by our disability. And once you understand that you've been made with a purpose, I think you see how much potential your life can have. I've been shown a lot of love, and I get to show a lot of people a lot of love, and I get to inspire people. And my faith is my background in that. Hopefully I just leave every conversation with people feeling more loved. Surround yourself with people that will help bring you up and not pull you down, and if you do that, I reckon we'll all be set free. Like, that's the biggest win.
Whoa! Chappo has some very gnarly moves there.
He sure does, Brandon. He really proves there are no limits. Still to come on AbiliTV, Melbourne punk rocker Heidi Everett.
My name's Heidi Everett and I'm a bento box.
But up next, there are companies that tour across the globe. We explore the world of Restless Dance Theatre. This is AbiliTV.
Welcome back to AbiliTV. No matter how you're watching, we are thrilled to have you back on board with us.
And speaking of that, it's super easy to stay connected with us beyond the show. You just have to scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you straight to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Hit subscribe, like, or follow, and you'll never miss a thing.
Our next story is about expression, experimentation, and plenty of energy. I'm talking about the amazing Restless Dance Theatre company.
Oh, that is based in Adelaide. This organization has grown in leaps and bounds. They are Australia's leading creative company working with neurodiverse performance for their passion for inclusivity and opportunity, which is very truly impressive.
Well, Restless Dance is Australia's leading company, and we work with neurodiverse and disabled artists. And we like to make cutting-edge dance, challenging perceptions and conventions, and I guess it's about celebrating diverse bodies and abilities. It started running as a company of community classes and has developed into professional training for artists that want to work in the professional field. And that's what we're doing now, working on international and national stages. But ultimately, this is about giving a platform for everyone. We're going to push the boundaries, because if we expect greatness, we will get greatness. There's a gap in the elite training that we class as elite. If there's not a platform and not an expectation to rise forward and to learn and to fail, then it's not there for everyone, and that's unfair. I have a skill set and they have a desire, and it just felt like a beautiful coming together. I also knew of Michelle Ryan, who I thought was an incredible dancer with Australian Dance Theatre, and always looked up to her. When she applied for the position of artistic director, she had acquired MS. And I think that what's beautiful about that is just showing the courage to come back into the creative arts, understanding and offering to other people that dance is everywhere and for everyone.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Williams and I'm a company dancer. My parents remember me dancing in front of the video clips when I was younger, and when I was about 4, my dad said, I think we need to get her into dance classes. I found it hard growing up and always feeling different, looking different, trying to get the dance parts that, maybe my teachers didn't think I looked the part or fitted the part. Went to AC Arts and did a degree in dance, and then met Restless. I was working at Restless in more of a tutor role, more of a teaching role, and then it was only 2 years ago they did a show and they asked me to be a part of the show, and that was a dream that I had long moved past. I didn't think that was possible for me anymore. The first time I was able to see my set and the room that I was in, I had tears in my eyes. It was just, yeah, I was just living my dream.
We've been told many times that, you know, they can't do this, they can't do that. And to be honest, that's just shouldn't be said at all.
My disability and my difference didn't matter. It was my quality of movement or my performance or my heart that really was seen and given an opportunity here.
Previously, we've performed at the Commonwealth Games. We've been to Singapore, Korea, the UK.
And it's this feeling where you're just like, I feel seen, and I feel heard, and I really feel safe. If you have a love for music and dancing, and it's something you've always wanted to do, I think just go for it. Find the space, find the community, and give it a go.
What an incredibly talented group. They are really putting on a fresh spin on the dance and theatre scene.
Yeah, and besides, we aren't short of this creative talent in this episode.
That's right, Brandon. We love promoting the talents of incredible artists of disability, and this week we are lucky enough to meet Heidi Everett.
Now, Heidi is from Melbourne and is self-described as a bento box of creative talent. Whether it's from illustration to theatre to singing and more, she proves that this is indeed the case.
However, her career has not been without hardships. Heidi was kind enough to share some of these challenges as well as her infectious passion for all things creative.
So I'm a multi-sector artist, also run a little not-for-profit arts organisation called Skitsy Inc. And that's an arts organisation by and for people with diverse mental health. And I do advocacy as well, so disability, mental health, neurodiversity advocacy. So I was growing up in a place called Wales, which is West Britain, and I became obsessed with drawing horses. And it was only when I came to Australia when I was 9 that I realised I didn't have a great grasp of language and speaking to people and being with people. In rural country in the 1970s, there was no such thing really as autism in girls. Even though I was really struggling at school and quite ostracised, I was just seen as an odd kid. In and out of psych wards because I was so depressed, and a doctor diagnosed me with schizophrenia. So I just mimicked and mimed and copied and fit in, but unfortunately my system were drugs, alcohol, crime and living on the streets. There are currently 60,000 people on the Greater Melbourne housing waiting list. I get the same sort of look up and down, and they go, well, you don't look homeless. So I would much rather go into the cracks in the evening and sleep in my car, or walk around the streets shopping at night, than make a noise and make everyone look at me. As an autistic person with complex mental health, you love your familiars and you feel safe with your familiars. I'm having to reprocess every time I go to bed at night. I have to recalibrate all my kinetic, spatial, sensory profile map of that space. It's such hard work. I had to give away 80% of what I owned, and so I've lost 50 years of professional and personal identity through this homelessness experience. I have not had a single phone call, email, letter. So if you can't write letters and you can't write emails, well, you might as well write songs and express it that way. Instead of looking at the black hole of seething pain and agony, I'm going to put the same amount of energy to my creative side. So I might not have a home, but I'm home to all of this. At the moment with my music Subtle Raw, it's It's neo-punk, sensory-friendly rock. I love having a bit of fun, and I love creating spaces where people feel joy. I taught myself how to read and write classical music. I taught myself how to play classical guitar. My first 3-minute conversation in public was actually a 3-minute song that I wrote, and it became a powerful addiction. And now I've written hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. If you can put a musical instrument in your hands or in your heart, then do so, because that's the voice that you can tell your story through. Yeah, so songwriting, woo!
How incredible is Heidi?
And to see her talent shine and inspire others in spite of her living situation is very inspiring to see.
Up next, a passionate original song performed by Heidi Everett. You do not want to miss this. This is AbiliTV. Welcome back to AbiliTV, where we have an exciting performance to share with you.
That is correct, Cooper. We have more Heidi coming your way with a performance of a very personal original song.
Developed from her experiences with homelessness, this song is called White Van Privilege.
We recorded this song shortly after we sat down with Heidi in Melbourne, so what are you waiting for? Let's give a huge round of applause for Heidi Everett.
Wow, what an electric performance from Heidi Everett.
Oh, absolutely. And a huge thank you to Heidi for sharing her music with us.
Thanks for watching episode 3 of AbiliTV, and be sure to tune in next week, where we welcome not just one, but 2 Paralympic athletes, Braden Jason and Corey Boddington.
Also not to mention a passionate performance from the D&K duo.
If you have a story to share, or if you'd like to be involved in AbiliTV, We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to like, comment and share to show your support.
Spread the word and inspire someone today.
And remember, we all have the ability to inspire and make a difference.
See you next time.
AbiliTV is produced by Trending Media Australia in partnership with ROPE. ROPE is a disability service organisation providing opportunities to people living with intellectual disabilities to learn media skills by participating in the creation of AbiliTV, including hosting and the show's production. If you'd like to be involved or become a sponsor of AbiliTV, we'd love to hear from you. Just go to abilitv.com.au.